Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today this hair is from Mildwild Official. I'm going to take my Bye Bye Under Eye by Is Cosmetics and just prime and carve the bottom of my eyebrow. I'm just buffing that out with a flat tapered brush. Then I'm going to take my Fenty Beauty foundation and I'm going to carve the top of my brow. The reason why I use foundation on the top and concealer at the bottom is because if I do otherwise and I use concealer at the top, then it's going to be looking too bright and it's just not going to blend with the rest of my foundation on my forehead. And if you want the most flawless and blended look, then I suggest you do the same. Then taking some regular brow gel, I think this is like the Maybelline one, like the clear mascara, and just combing my eyebrow hairs exactly where I want them to lay. Taking my Salon Perfect brow pomade from like Walmart. It came with a brush too. It was only like $5. Super good. And I'm just going to fill in the little bald spots in my eyebrows that I have, darken them a bit. You know, y'all see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to slowly, literally taking the littlest bit of pomade and putting it in the front of my brow, because you do not want no dark boxy eyebrows, because we left that in 2015. And going in with my metal palette from Kat Von D, I'm taking the Suede and Bone shade, and I'm just setting my whole lid with those two colors, just because you don't want your eyeshadow to like crack with the creams that you put on your eyes, and you want all the shades to blend and go on smoothly. So now taking the two shades Fringe and Silk, I'm going to just buff that into my crease. And since I want the purple to really be like the main showcase of this eye, I'm just going to lightly apply this color just so it could be like a smooth finish and it could contrast the purple and blend seamlessly from the brow to the lid. When blending, be very light-handed so it's not harsh and patchy. Going back into my palette, I'm going to be taking the shade Ribbon, using a more dense, fluffier brush, and I'm going to concentrate the product on the outside of my crease, and I'm going to try to focus it as like a V shape and then slowly drag it into the inner corner of my eye. So I'm gradually adding the product onto my lid just because it's easier to start with less and blend rather than just adding it all on in one time and then trying to blend from there. So now taking my Wet n Wild foundation, I'm going to cut my crease. And when cutting my crease, I like to use a more liquidy concealer / foundation just because it's easier to like literally get the most crisp and perfect line. I know a lot of people struggle with cutting their crease, so what helps me is starting from my inner tear duct and following that curve and then just taking it all the way till whenever, either all the way across the eye or just halfway through the eye. But that way I find it helped me to make sure both eyes are evenly perfectly circled, I guess that's what you want to call it. But yeah, starting from the inner corner and then moving my way outward always helps. I'm super bad at trying to explain stuff to people, and I think that's because I'm a visual learner. So I'm just gonna let you watch me cut my crease and hope that perfects your guys' craft a little bit more. I don't know, but as you guys can see, I'm just slowly taking my time with it. Then I'm taking the color Winkle from the same palette and then just packing that onto my crease. Before adding any eyeshadow to your crease, you want to make sure that your crease is blended evenly and has no creases. Then it's just going to get nasty and it's going to crack and it's going to crumble. It's just not going to be cute. So yeah, you want to blend your concealer or whatever you used to cut your crease smoothly before you add anything on top. So now that we have our color on our crease, now I'm just going to go back with that same purple shade and blend the harsh line between the corner and the crease. As you see, I took a small detailing brush just to add some of that purple on the corner just because I really wanted that to be seamless. Now taking the shade Glitz from the same palette, I'm going to just highlight my brow bone with that. I really like this shade, actually. I didn't know I was going to like that much. And I also added the same shade into my inner corner. Now applying some lashes. I wanted to apply some wispier lashes just so that it wouldn't cover hard work that I did on my lids. And for glue, I used hair glue from the beauty supply. It's like $2 for a big old jar. So go get you some now, sis. And my face is already moisturized, but I'm now applying Laura Mercier Radiant Foundation Primer. To moisturize my face, I either use a Alvino lotion or I'll use like tea tree oil or vitamin E oil. And I'm just rubbing this into my skin. Then I'm going to be taking my Fenty Foundation and applying that all over my face. Then taking my Bye Bye Under Eyes concealer, applying that to all the places that I want to highlight. Under my eyes is one of the main places that I put concealer. And the reason why I do like a upside down triangle when concealer under my eyes is because that's the way that the natural light hits your face. So when you want to highlight your face and highlight your under eye, is to create the illusion that the natural light is already hitting your face like that. So when blending any type of cream, so like foundation, cream contour, concealer on my face, I'll use a flat dense brush because that gives you the most coverage out of the product that you can get. I used to use a beauty blender and I like look like smooth and everything, but it just wasn't giving me the coverage that I needed. I felt like it was taking it away. So now taking this Maybelline Fit Me Foundation stick, I just got it in a shade darker so I can cream contour with it. I cream contoured my nose and around my forehead, and I'm just blending that in. Taking my Airspun powder, I am just setting all the places that I put the concealer. And instead of baking under my eyes, I push the product into it just because when I bake, it tends that my face looks more dry rather than set. And taking my Hoola bronzer in light and the regular shade in Hoola, I don't know what they call it, if it's like the regular shade, I'm just going to be bronzing my face. Taking the dandelion blush from Benefit, I'm just going to be lightly applying it on my face. I actually usually never use blush, but today I was feeling spontaneous, so I used it. Now taking the light Hoola bronzer, I'm just going to be contouring my nose, and whatever extra product I have from the powder on my beauty blender, then I'm just going to dab it out. Then taking my glow kit, I'm going to be mixing those two shades for my first highlight base because, you know, highlight is my favorite thing ever, especially on the nose, so I have to use like 3 different products. Then taking the Fenty Beauty Killawatt highlighter, I'm going to be applying that on top. For my lower lash line, I used the shade Silk in the whole bottom lash line, and then towards the corner I used Ribbon just to darken that crease, and then in the corner I used some more of that shade Glitz, and you know, just added some more onto my Cupid's bow and to my eyebrow bone because I am freaking extra and I need to be glowing. And remember, I don't like harsh lines, so I have to go back with everything and just, you know, blend and fluff everything out. And then I'm taking my Better Than Sex mascara and coating my bottom lashes. Then I'm taking my Anastasia brow gel just to keep and lock those brow hairs in place because my eyebrows are pretty long and thick, so they need to be, you know, kept tamed. But if you guys like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.